I think you may be seated now. You can be seated now. Please seated? Yes, sure. Have a seat. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? Have a seat. Have a seat. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, member and guests, on behalf of the Toronto Railway Club, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 86th annual dinner. My name is Vladimir Jean-Pierre, and it is my honor to be the 2020-2021 president of the Toronto Railway Club, and I'll be your master of ceremony. Please be seated. Okay. We'll give a few minutes before we start. We'll give a few minutes for everybody to find their tables. The red, please. All right. May I have your attention, please? I meant to use that thing for a few years. All right, may I have your attention, please? Thank you. The Board of Directors of the Toronto Railway Club wish to thank everyone for being with us this evening. It is great to finally be able to have events, live event like today. And I am sure you will share the sentiment that I'm feeling today, and that it is good to finally actually seeing you in person. I would like to start by thanking our sponsors. Without their ongoing support and generosity, we wouldn't be able to have events like that, and wouldn't be able to look forward at next year in planning our events. And we look forward to meet with you again so that we can network the way we used to pre-COVID. The sponsors are all listed in your program and are shown on the folded tent at your table. And You will also see them throughout the evening on the screens. Please join me in thanking our sponsors for their outstanding support. I know we can do a little bit more than that, so please join me in thanking our sponsors. That's right, thank you, love the energy. I would like to start the evening with a word that I've learned, and many have lived unknowingly for the past 2 years. This word is vujade. It is something or somewhere that should be familiar, however, is suddenly very different. 2019 took everyone by surprise. Although we are masters of our environment and our playing field, that same environment and playing field that provide us with comfort in choice, in knowledge, and a multitude of know-how, was going to change drastically, and what seems very familiar was suddenly very different. The first time I've heard about this word, vujade, was from this book called Originals by author Adam Grant, where it refers to vujade as the catalyst that occurs with innovators, inventors, and entrepreneurs. And the list goes on. He explains how nonconformists move the world. In his book, he provides a multitude of examples of life-changing moments. And in my own words, some people adopt the status quo attitude, others the crash and burn attitude, and others ignite their vujade. And this got me to reflect on what most of us have gone through the past 2 years. From a personal and professional front, we could have chosen the status quo or crash and burn attitude, although sometimes it felt that way. Instead, we've rallied on what we know best, and we rallied the troops, families, friends, colleagues. The world found new ways to communicate. The world found new ways to connect and stay connected. And I am not talking about TikTok. I am talking about ways that we would have probably not attempted in a status quo mode. We learned to collaborate by welcoming new people, by welcoming new players, and through new lenses, we did a total review of our environment, our existing process, situation, family, and work. We tried many things. We failed at many, but we succeed at many also. On another way, we acted really as true entrepreneur would. Never looked back and kept pushing forward. In doing so, we've created opportunities to gain awareness, forgiveness, in living with and working with this pandemic. We have gained a lot in the process: new friendship, wisdom, hidden strength, family, resilience, humility, and much more. As we continue to move forward, my wishes for all of you, is to see new opportunity through new lenses, embrace diversity, include others in the conversation, and ignite your vujade. Thank you. And now I would ask you to please stand for the singing of the American and Canadian National Anthem by Sally Goodwin from Metrolinx. Sally is this way. Thank you, Sally.
Thank you. Over here. say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed by the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night o'er the ramparts we watched that were gallantly streaming, and the rockets red lit, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night while our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner that wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. Carton bras c'est porter l'épée, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est toute l'épopée des plus brillantes espoirs. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you very much, Sally. Please accept this small gift as a token of our appreciation. Thank you. You can remain seated. Yes. The grace after. Yes. Thank you. I know I've changed a few things. I know. I got the past president table reminding me. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Again, thank you, Sally, for singing the national anthem. We appreciate you being here tonight. The TRC is committed in our intention to a more inclusive world. I'm going to start to love this. Okay, the TRC is committed in our intention to a more inclusive world, as well as our commitment to reconciliation with our indigenous community, as well as the many other communities we share this beautiful land with. So I have invited special guests for the blessing of our dinner. I am honored to present to you Elders Dan and Mary Lou Smoke.
Where I come from, when we greet one another, we say bonjour. So bonjour. Hasanyenas Kway and Dejnakas, Makwa Dodem, Bachwanabe Dunjaba. Ready to try that? For those of you who don't speak Canadian, I'm going to share what I said in the original Ojibwe language that came from this part of the country, actually. I said that my name is Shooting Star Woman. I'm Bear Clan. I originally come from Bachwana Bay, Ontario, which is on beautiful Lake Superior. and I'm very honored to be here to share a little bit about our teachings. I know we don't have much time, but we could go on and on and on. So maybe some other place we'll find you and you'll find us and we can talk some more. So this is my husband, Dan. He's from the Seneca Nation. And people don't realize that we have a mixed marriage, because I'm Ojibwe with a little bit of Lakota and Mi'kmaq, and Dan is Seneca from the Iroquois Confederacy, and they have 6 nations there. So our ways are completely different. So we've been together for 50 years, celebrating being married 45 years. So we have harmonized our ways together, and that's what we share with you. So what we're doing is a opening song, a very short opening song, and then my husband will say this Thanksgiving address. So this song I'm going to introduce is called the Anishinaabe Kwe song. It talks about how important the women are. Women are very important. Our women had gender equity before the non-Native people came over here, okay? And so things got changed over the years, and there's a lot of history to be learned, but I'm not sharing that with you tonight, okay? So we always honor the women because the women are our teachers. Our mother was our very first teacher. Our mother taught us how to eat, how to walk, how to talk, how to get dressed, how to play hopscotch, and how to do all kinds of things, get dressed, and we learned everything from our mom. So this song talks about how the Anishinaabe Kwe, the Ojibwe woman, teaches her children about the culture and tradition, and she teaches them how to take care of Mother Earth. And that is the most important thing, because we need this earth to survive on. We can't go anyplace else, okay? So we have to take care of the water and the earth, all right? And we have to do this together. We have to learn how to live in peace and harmony, okay? And the best way to do that is to respect one another, and let's be friends and make it better for the next 7 generations yet to come, okay? Anishinaabe Kwe Mino Mindodem Kwe Mino Mindodem Akina Minowe Hoya Hawe Haya Owe Hey Hey Oh Machakiwasan. And now my husband will say the Thanksgiving address, which traditionally are the words that are said before all others.
Okay, where I come from, we say Sago. So Sago. I'm a member of the Seneca Nation, as Mary Lou said, and I come from the 6 Nations Grand River Territory, and I'm a member of the Kildare clan. So many thousands of years ago, the Seneca people grew corn, beans, and squash right here in with the settlement of Toronto. Toronto is a place where the Seneca lived, and they represented the Haudenosaunee people, and they lived and coexisted with the Huron-Wyandot. They coexisted with the Ojibwe-Algonquian family of nations, and we all coexisted here as hunter-gatherers and as farmers. My people were farmers. Mary Lou's people were hunter-gatherers, but we lived side by side, and we lived in peace and harmony pretty much most of the time. And then we decided that we were going to come together in a way that made us relatives. Like Mary Lou mentioned tonight, we want to make us all relatives of this land. So I just wanted to acknowledge this territory, and I'd just like to give greetings, give thanks to everyone here for bringing their good intentions and their good minds to bear. So in the spirit of our ancestors, we always like to begin with talking a little bit about the water, the air, the earth, and the fire. We have great reverence for all of these elements of life. Everything in nature comes from these elements of life. So we just want to acknowledge that they are our life support system for all of us. And we are a life support system for all of that, all of this in humanity and all of this in the natural world. Our indigenous knowledge systems are alive, and we continue to give thanks. The Creator told us that if we want any form of life to come back, repopulate, have a strong gene pool, then all we have to do is give thanks. And that's why we do our traditional ceremonial protocols many times a year. For my people, we do it 8 times a year, and we give thanks. And every year, everything seems to come back. But slowly, we're starting to affect creation, and we just want to acknowledge that we can turn it around if we become of one mind, one heart, and one spirit. So we just like to say, in the spirit of all creation, we are all put here to respect one another, as Mary Lou said. And we just like to acknowledge that we are part of that. We are all related. Everything in the natural world is alive, and we are related to all of that. Everything is related to us. So we always acknowledge that because we always have respect for all living things, all forms of life. And so I just want to acknowledge the food that has been prepared for us for this 86th annual dinner. I'd just like to acknowledge that the food represents the hunt, and it represents the harvest. And the hunt and the harvest are made up of our relatives who gave their lives so that we may survive. And so we acknowledge our gratitude to all this creation for doing that for us so that we will survive. And so we have a responsibility to take care of the habitat of the hunt and the harvest. So we just like to acknowledge in closing all my relations, all of our language families. We have 13 language families in Turtle Island, what we call North America. And we just want to acknowledge how grateful we are for being here in your company, to be able to sit down and have this dinner together and to be able to share with one another in the spirit of coexistence. So in the spirit of our ancestors, all my relations, Daneto, hai hai. Aho.
Thank you, Elders Dan and Mary Lou. Please accept this small gift as a token of our appreciation. Thank you very much. Please enjoy your dinner, and I will return a little bit later. Thank you.